Hey, welcome, welcome. We are live. Well, I can tell you who was behind it. According to Benny this morning, he had on Roger Stone, and Roger Stone said that it was the CIA and it was LBJ, and LBJ wanted to be president and was willing to take out the current president in order to be president. And he also said that the Commission was the biggest scam in political history. So, right. And that order came from JFK, not JFK, from LBJ. There's a short video clip out there that I played before that the that LBJ's second chief of staff says he wishes that LBJ didn't give the order, but once that type of order is given, it has to be followed through. Well, it goes to corruption. So Benny was talking to Roger Stone today and said that it's possible that we haven't had a legitimate president since JFK. The CIA doesn't operate like the military. The CIA, when you're given an order, you carry out your order. You have to remember that the CIA is the organizations where their quote agents are called spooks because they carry out what we would consider illegal orders all across the world, topple governments and stuff like that, and then they just disappear. Well, yes, we need names. And this is what's interesting. Trump ordered them released with no redactions. He said there will be no redactions. I don't know if these were stumbled upon or not. I do know that the National Archives has had these files for many decades. The same National Archives that tried to say that Trump stole top secret documents. I did also like that I read that um, Hunter Biden's um, Secret Service detail was removed. Yeah, but see, neither Hunter nor Ashley should have had Secret Service. They didn't work for the government. Right. And my thing is, okay, these people are millionaires. They can hire their own security. They can hire their own security. They're millionaires. Don't let this hunter saying, "Oh, I'm broke." If you're broke, what are you doing in South Africa? Hey, Zach, how's Zach today? Well, I understand, Zach, but a lot of us have been waiting a very long time for these files to be released, and they're going to be released this afternoon with no redactions. Yes, it was. And I'm of the opinion, okay, why did Hunter have Secret Service protection to start out with? He's president's son, but okay, but he's no longer president, acting president. That's a good one. acting president. Yep, the crime family. The Biden crime family. This judge that ordered Trump to turn the plane around, he needs to be impeached. They all need to be impeached if they put, yeah, president in name only. Any judge that thinks that they wield more power than the president is Looney Tunes. Yeah, impeachment will do something. It will send a message to the other radical left wing judges in DC. Hey, you step outside the bounds of the law, you can be caught up in it. Right. My point wasn't that Biden shouldn't get um, Secret Service, is that Hunter should no longer get Secret Service because Biden is no longer president. Well, if they got kicked off the bench, they might care. Well, actually, he didn't quite ignore him. He made it like it was the judge's fault. Said that by the time the judge rendered his ruling, that the plane was already in international waters and in international airspace and unable to turn around. Yeah, El Salvador doesn't look at the prison system like we do. In El Salvador, they have a specific prison that's just for gang members where they do hard labor. Well, he didn't not obey it. See, when a judge gives an order, that order is valid in U.S. airspace only. If the plane is in international waters, then that that ruling to have it turn around is not valid. Hey, welcome everybody. I wouldn't say that he did not obey the judge. The judge gave his order after the plane was over halfway to El Salvador. Cool. I was glad that SpaceX went and got them. See, that judge would get, I would think anyhow, would get his behind handed to him by the Supreme Court because the Constitution says that the president and the president alone conducts foreign affairs, and the president and the president alone manages the executive department. Yeah, I think he should be impeached. Put that asterisk next to his name forever, because Julie Kelly explained it this morning on the Benny Show. She said, okay, we can get this judge easily impeached by the House, but it takes 60 votes in the Senate to to carry out a sentence. She said, but that judge will forever have the asterisk of impeachment next to his name. And she said what she thinks that the House should do is to demonetize the appellate district in D.C. appellate court. She said because they're all left wing radical lunatics. Yeah, they are really bent out of shape, and to the point that AOC is talking about running against. Um, yeah, that's right, Chick B. Because Julie Kelly brought up on the Benny Show today that this same judge that issued this ruling is the same judge that there was a lady that walked into the Capitol, stayed less than 4 minutes, saw the commotion, and turned around and left. This same judge put her in prison. She had asked for a continuance because Trump had been talking about pardons for the nonviolent J6ers, and yeah, Lord help us, AOC. Or, you know who they are talking about running for president? Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett. They think that's going to solve the problems. They think that Trump voters are so disillusioned. Yeah, they said in 2028 that they're going to put Kamala and Jasmine Crockett and Newsom and Pete Buttigieg in the primary to run for president. They're lunatics. Right. I thought of this. Trump is so smart politically. I wonder if he's going to wait until after the 2026 election and get us more people in the House, more people in the Senate, and then turn everything over to JD. I know I don't. And I know there's a lot of Democrats in my family, and a lot of them are saying, nope, that party does not represent me anymore. Right. I thought of this. What about JD as president and Tulsi as vice president? Yeah, I really like Tulsi. I did a stream back in January about the disgraceful way the Democrats treated Tulsi. She is a decorated veteran. Her job in the Air National Guard is to fly the helicopter, get in the war zone, get the wounded, and get the hell out. That's her job. And she gave a speech um, back in November about having to stand for roll call and listen to her friend that she knew got uh, unalived in action, had to listen to them call her name 3 times before they could declare it. Yes. And I was watching Patrick Bet David yesterday, and he said Trump is the only person that could pull this off. He, he remade the entire Republican Party. He brought in all the independents, all the former Democrats, all the disillusioned Democrats, He said he's the only one that could pull that off. And not only did he pull it off, he pulled it off while they were trying to unalive him. He said he's the only person I know that could pull that off. And it's done. And he said the Republican Party is changed forever. Right? I I figured you meant that, Chick B, that you meant on our, they're all on our side now. I was laughing at Julia Roginski. She used to be with Fox. She was on Piers Morgan yesterday saying that there's nothing wrong with Joe Biden. He's perfectly sane. It's Donald Trump that's the one that is insane and behind, off the mental reservation. Thought, what the hell is she talking about? Okay, so the reports on what quote classified documents he kept are fake reports because the reason Judge Cannon dismissed the classic documents case against Trump is because the uh, the FBI stated to her in open court that they brought boxes of files with them and that they spread the boxes that were there, the contents out on the floor and put markers in front of each file, but then they put the files back in the wrong box. And that's the main reason why, yeah, they set up the pick. It was right. They had been to the National Archives and they had gotten from the National Archives papers that he already turned in. And they brought boxes of papers with them. It was all a setup, right? They had no reason to raid Mar-a-Lago, just like um, they had no reason to authorize use of deadly force. This is a former president and his wife and his minor son. Right, Jack. It was all a setup. But I heard recently that if Thomas or Alito step down, that Judge Cannon is on his short list to go on the Supreme Court. Yeah, the fake bomb was an FBI issued prop, just like J6 had 26 FBI Excuse me. Conformance. Yeah, but we need to not have people like Amy Coney Barrett. Amy Coney Barrett, I did not know this till recently, was recommended by Mitch McConnell. You know, I would think would be funny to have Thomas retire and put Cruz on. See, Cruz used to um, try cases in front of the Supreme Court, but she sided with the liberals on that. She sided completely with the liberals. But the TRO wasn't actually a TRO. I watched Andrew Branca, and he said that TRO was labeled a TRO, but it was a preliminary injunction because it laid out specific things that had to be done. He said a TRO is just supposed to temporarily halt things. Yeah, it was a 5-4 decision with her siding with the liberals, got it sent back. Anthony Andrew Branca says certain TROs can get appealed. He said it's when they are um, worded like a preliminary injunction. Well, see, I wanted the Supreme Court to listen to the merits, and they did not listen to the merits. They voted against listening to the merits. All of these TROs that um, that bind nationwide, a judge should be able to list a TRO or an injunction in his district only. All right, I'm going to get off here for now. Um, we'll be back on tomorrow, same time. Love you guys. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye now.